Okay, IDC33 round 6 against Weezing. And Earth Power, Carl played against Weezing earlier in Swiss and won, and said that Weezing is on Light Water Dark Nature Fortress Burn. So this is exactly the kind of matchup we want in theory. Whether we draw Ice Vapors and all the good things happen remains to be seen. Let's do our best. And since this is a 6th round of Swiss, and Weezing and I are both X and 1, it's kind of a coin flip, maybe slightly worse odds than 50-50 to make top 8 if we don't win. Slightly worse odds for me, definitely. I don't think my tiebreakers are very good. The main tiebreaker is how many people at the same record you beat. And it looks like all the people I beat so far have dropped to 3 losses, so if I go X and 2, there's no way I would have beaten any other X2s. The only X2 I might beat is Weezing if we win here, but then I'll be X and 1, so it won't matter. Okay. Let's just jump in the match and hope to win anyway. You roll a 2. I don't know how much I mind being on the draw in this match. Not like a ton, I don't think. Ramping into cards like Lost Soul first is great, obviously, but we can win via attrition, and having the extra card could actually be okay. And our opponent curving into early Lost Soul maybe is a potential problem if it comes out before Ice Vapor, but that is asking a lot of the ramp in the deck. Especially because, I mean, let's confirm, but yeah, Weezing is on 50 cards as expected. Looks like our deck understood the assignment. Let me listen to some music while I play. Wow, our deck really understood the assignment. And unless someone told Weezing what we're playing, turn 1 Surfer into mana doesn't really telegraph too much. I heard he's playing a lot of shield triggers, like full playsets of Terror Pit, Spiral Gate, and Aqua Surfer. Aqua Surfer could be a problem in shields, so I have to be careful about when to attack. Probably wait a little bit longer and, you know, get a really wide board. We saw that in the match against Rather earlier in the tournament. There's cat hair on my mic. Where we just got a really wide board against that deck, and that's all we needed. Is keeping 3 Ice Vapors maybe a tad greedy? Just in case Bronze Arm, Sky Sword, Lost Soul happens, I want to keep Bronze Arm in case I draw Nature Mana next turn. I can play turn 4 Vapor. I'm just wondering if the 3rd Ice Vapor is better than the 2nd Hulkus. It's actually kind of a question, right? I want to keep 1 Hulkus for sure. I'm going to dump 1. We're going to go real hard for this. And also, helps out against Locomotivers or other random discard or something like that. If 1 gets discarded, we still have 2 more. Of course, it does increase the odds that 1 get discarded, but you know what I mean. It's like the same odds that we wind up with 2, I think, but then if we kept only 2 and he got really lucky with Locomotiver and I'd be down to 1 Ice Vapor, that might not be enough to really always seal the deal here. I don't know how much editing I'm going to do this match. You might all just be finding yourself listening to nice lo-fi beats video, basically. Carl told me Weezing tends to think a lot, and I respect that, but sometimes I do too, and I might just wind up, like, not filling the dead air with talking, and I might just not want to edit out, like, an hour-long video, depending on how long this goes. Wow. That was a loud crack. Nice. Wait, what? Gets Terrapit back? Well, maybe Bronze Arm next turn to get him back to the right amount of mana? I can't ramp, which is kind of sad for me. I don't feel like I need to keep these surfers at all. This is a sort of a weird hand. Mono Water. We won't tell him what we're playing yet. He's not going to discard anything this turn anyway. Bronze Arm. Soul Swap. Soul Swap? What? That's not correct. That's illegal. Jail. Okay, so move Soul Swap. Yeah, I'm not going to edit this match. I can already tell it's going to be too long. Too much to edit. I'm sorry, Weezing. Your mistake is going to make it into the video. It happens to everybody. Alright, so he has a Soul Swap. That would have been reasonable if he thinks I'm on an aggro line and didn't have a Terrapit in mana last turn to have to get back. Dude, what is going on? I'm not mad about it. I mean, I do like Aqua Hulkus quite a lot in this matchup. Maybe I should have just kept third, too. Just have, like, the triple Hulkus, triple Ice Vapor opener. Don't need this card anytime soon. Probably don't need this card anytime soon either, though. Is this card maybe better than this one? Not always, right? Well, even if we... Okay, it's sometimes better, right? If we draw, like, exactly Lost Soul, and then Nature Mana, then we Bronze Arm on 5 instead of Ice Vapor, so we can turn 6 Lost Soul and win the game from there. Now he might know what I'm on. Third Ice Vapor might turn into a Swamp. Okay, now he's going for it. Not keeping the swap. I don't know, man. It's a fine play, I guess. It's just, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have, well, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have played Belix in the situation he was in last turn either. Yeah, I wouldn't have. But if he thinks I'm on Rug Aggro, Water, Fire, Nature, then yes, Belix on 2. But no, not with a Terrapit. And then maybe you do like the Soul Swap Sky Sword plays, but he's like rushing into it. Okay, the only reason why I would play Sky Sword first instead of Vapor here is if I think I will then get Darkness mana and be able to keep all 3 Vapors, which is actually like kind of a compelling argument because he's not going up to 7 next turn because of the aforementioned Velix. So like I'm not worried about Lost Soul ruining my day. But I mean, while keeping 3 Vapors is nice, I have 4 Soul Swaps in the deck. I have 2 Vapors in hand. That's probably good enough. I want to get Vapor out now. Prevent things like, I don't know, pits from being good, swaps from being good, streams from being good, draw spells, whatever. Wackiness. So yeah, I will dump 1 Vapor, I think, to play 1. And not attacking yet. Feel like we starve for cards a little bit. Drop this, probably Sky Sword, even though we don't really need the shields here. Surfer? Okay, that's fine. It's not like he's attacking or anything. But now we're probably going to get hit with Lost Soul, which is a little bit not amazing for us. If Lost Soul, I guess I just put Sky Sword in mana because it's the most flexible mana choice. If it's Plague, I think we're fine. We can replay another Ice Sword. Lost Soul is a little bit annoying here, but he'll be down to 0 cards in hand after mana. Lost Soul discard. He'll be down to no cards, 5 mana. We'll have 1 card and 6 on the untap, and Ice Vapor on the board. So we will be slightly better. Not like significantly better if the top decks don't work out, but slightly better. Holy Y'all's not very good here. Maybe like second Surfer and then follow up with the Plague next turn, but then I'm going to play Ice Vapor and Emerald next turn. That's probably enough to prevent much aggression. Now that we're like 10 minutes into the match, I can say I tried to make a room before. Like I tried to make the room for the match. And he wasn't seeing it. And like he was convinced Octagon was bugging out for him. But then I realized that I had like been in spectate mode and I started a spectate room, which like doesn't apparently do anything. I don't know if people like see a room in the wrong room, but you know, I quit that room and made a room in play, and then it was there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's working now." I'm like, "Okay, nice." So yeah, if you're watching, that was my bad. Forgot I had it on spectate mode from yesterday. Need to pace out my yerba so I stay awake. This stuff is good, YouTube. What do I want to talk about with YouTube while we wait? Have a nice little CVH and Lo-Fi Beats podcast. We're renovating our home office. You all don't know this, but I've been recording all of these games ever since Carl and I started doing stuff for his channel again. I've been recording from my bedroom. If you go way back, like a year ago, to our Dust to Dust videos, I was in our home office. But then we moved a roommate in, and she took the home office for her bedroom. And I put this divider up so you all don't see that I sometimes don't make my bed. I just don't like showing my bedroom. I feel like it's a little weirdly intimate to show on a Duel Masters video, even though it like looks fine usually. But yeah, she moved out like a month ago, and we're doing some renovations, replacing the floor, repainting is happening now, like today, and we got new flooring. It's gonna get installed in like a week and a half. Just didn't want carpet in the home office anymore, so it's gonna look really nice. Gonna buy a nice shelving unit. Got some stuff picked out. Gonna move the desks back in. Bucky and I have you know, the matching standing desk because we both can work from home about half the time. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm not editing this out. How long has it been since Weezing drew? It's been a while. How many cards does he have? 3? Yeah, because okay, so we're still worried about the Lost Soul play. Are we still yeah, I'm looking at my timestamp. It's been a while. Oh, there we go. 6? No mana? Wait, that was no mana, right? Wait. Oh, Aqua Surfer bounce owns Sky Sword. Okay. I actually like that play. This is a weirdly difficult turn. Bronze Arm is higher value than Emerald, especially because if I play Bronze Arm down and I play Emerald, I'm not going to mana anything because I want to keep Bronze Arm and Fighter. Obviously, playing Bronze Arm Tribe and Ice Vapor is slightly better than Emerald and Ice Vapor if I don't have an effect for old Emerald. But if I whiff, if I hit a dual Civ, it's going to be very bad news for me. So I'm thinking it's Bronze Arm down, play Emerald Ice Vapor, and be safe. Principled and safe. No effects. So now he draws up to 4. If he went down to 2 in hand, played Holy Awe, he would kill my Ice Vapors, but discard his whole hand and go down to 4 mana. Plague is not very good. I mean, he'd get rid of 1 Ice Vapor, but like the same situation, he'd be down a million mana. He's just going to replay Sky Sword. That's going to be what happens here. We've successfully played enough to the board, including Ice Vapors, that Lost Soul is like negative advantage. Also known as disadvantage. Negative value. This is kind of a cute play. Weezing just needs to make progress and not play a bunch of spells. Which is like, this is one way to do it. Make progress stalling and like eventually figure out how to deal with the board before I kill him. There's not many ways for his deck to make progress without playing spells. And now all the spells are looking pretty bad. Like Holy Awe might be the best chance here because Plague, again, is not going to do enough to the Ice Vapor's onslaught. But Holy Awe is at most like a 1-of in the deck. Maybe a 2-of, but like if he's playing 4 Surfers, 4 Gates, I'm not sure where I'd find the room for 2-Awe. But I also don't usually play 50 cards, so it is what it is. Realistically, his hand is... Oh, apparently it's a Juliana. And maybe it is a Fortress Shell. Do I care about Fortress Shell? I don't think a lot. Okay, I'll start with a Sky Sword. Maybe I can play them both. I cannot. That's fine. Even if I don't go for Fighter next turn, Bronze Arm plus another card is easier to play than Sky Sword plus another card. Hit down. It's quite bad. Here's the Fortress Shell. Takes me off of my Sky Swords. Or maybe my Darkness mana. Yeah, Darkness mana and a Sky Sword probably. But what else? Yeah, okay. That's funny. Just Bronze Arm, right? Or is it not? Fortress is like a little bit early, right? There are so many draws that Weezing just cannot really play here without self-burning. Gotta be kind of mindful of my deck count. This is one of those games where you could just transition into mill. And that's dangerous. I think next turn maybe if no play here, it's time to attack. Maybe not though. I'll just see what I draw. We've seen 3 Aqua Surfers. All the other shield triggers are a lot worse for him. Like, it is very unlikely that there are any Aqua Surfers left. And we've also seen, like, 2 swaps. Let me just check. Wait, there's only 1 card in his discard. That makes it easier. Yeah, there's an Aqua... Sorry. There's 2 swaps, 2 pits, 2 gates, maybe an Awe. Locos? Haven't seen any, but I imagine he's playing a couple. It's like probably the shield. Well, it's a creature, so like it actually kind of a decent shield trigger here. Well, the spells kind of suck. Oy, oy, oy. The card in his hand contains the nature civilization. It's gotta be Soul Swap. Soul Swap is a weird card. And would be a thinker. Yeah, there's no way he would have drawn Bronze Arm and stat for 4 minutes thinking about it. Spiral Gates being destroyed. Okay. Well, technically the swap would happen first, but... Unless he's swapping in Fortress Shell. What was the target? Is it like a Sky Sword? Oh, he's thinking. Wait, what? I feel like if you... I feel like if you think about the Soul Swap in your hand for 3 minutes, the thing you're thinking about is probably what to target with it. But it's okay. He was just like, do I want to burn 2 mana? Yes, I do. Oh, I have an effect. No, that's not what happened, but it is pretty funny. It's probably just Sky Sword, right? It's probably Sky Sword and try to mill me. He goes down to 25 cards, I have 19. It's a very comfortable mill. But I don't know if it works, I'm just saying... The only other thing that he could have done is Soul Swap to... He can still do it. Like, I will obviously not Rule Shark, but like technically the mana is destroyed after Soul Swap happens. So yeah. I will move this to my mana zone. I don't know... Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Guess I will tap Fortress Shell. No, I won't. That doesn't make any sense. What am I talking about? Okay. Oh, it's my turn. Nice. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, he could have swapped out Shell for Shell, and then the only thing that would have done is I lose 2 mana, he loses 2 mana. This is fine. Unless I have another Ice Vapor, which I do. I do have one of those. How However, I also have a Fighter Dual Fang. I have no spells in my discard. Spells are still largely pretty bad for him. I think what I'm going to do is Fighter Dual Fang here on Bronze Arm, of course, and try to attack Sky Sword, which is why I tapped it, so it's like prevents future Soul Swap play, then it's something I can actually kill. That said, if I was going to make this play, maybe tapping Shell was better, but I don't really care how big something is, but getting rid of this potentially to be replayed is kind of valuable for me. I don't think I go in this turn. I wind up breaking 6, and it's just a little dubious for me. If I get rid of something that can crack back, next turn I can play 2 things probably with the mana I'm going to get, and then, make some aggressive stuff happen. And actually, break all 7 It's not right. I'll be able to break 6. This is probably still okay. Well, it depends on if he blocks. Either way, I break another shield or he gets 1 less thing to crack back on. Oh, wow, I would have loved to have both of those cards in my hand. But, whatever. Takes it, not surprised. That's fine, probably. A card like Terror Pit would be a little annoying this turn. Okay, Bronze Arm is fine. Well, that was a fast turn. There are so many different ways to do this. Bouncing Fortress Shell is totally reasonable. Prevents a crackback. Also, only attacking with Fighter Dual Fang is still kind of okay here. And then next turn we try to figure out lethal. Because there's no crackback and it's very hard to remove without being super annoying for him. But in that case, I would love to have played 2 things this turn, and I simply cannot without getting rid of Aqua Surfer. Which maybe I do. Maybe I just get rid of Aqua Surfer. Wish there was a spell in my discard. Wish Sniper was in my hand. That would be sick. Sniper would be sick. Plague would be sick. They are just in the wrong spot, so the Fighter Dual Fang kind of did me dirty on that one. Dump Surfer, play 2 things. Swing. Okay. Okay, well I have no card to get back there. Actually, Octagon, but I appreciate the offer to get back a free creature and cheat a little bit. Let's go from right to left. I feel like he takes these. And then I feel like the correct thing to do here is to pass. Because then next turn there's no crackback. He blocks, and then he has 5 shields. Boom. We have 3 extra for lethal. There's no lethal on his side. Obviously, I have 6 shields and he has 4 attackers. He's not even close. Even if there was Bronze Arm, the 1-of Fighter Dual Fang, that would just be breaking all my shields. And I'm not going to play around that regardless because it's incredibly unlikely and I have a lot of shield triggers, so yeah. But again, we're in a spot where there's so many dead cards that Weezing could have. I am going to put my headphone case on its charger. I'm not listening to the lo-fi that you are undoubtedly hearing right now if I put it into the video, but I'm vibing. It's one of the nice things of online tournaments as opposed to in-person tournaments. You can just sort of put on some music, light a candle. I don't have one lit, but you could do that. It's kind of like work from home where you have to, I don't know, give yourself a good atmosphere to think and play well. So when you misplay, inevitably you just blame yourself. Yep, Foul's a pretty bad card right now. Swap? Ulcus, okay. Frantically looking for Terror Pit, which still wouldn't actually save him. Yeah, that's what you get sometimes in a situation like this, is like a board state where like all the cards don't really do anything. That's actually not even the worst draw here. I'm not at risk of mill, and then if I do lose to, I think at this point I think Holy Awe is the real threat. I'll still have like more shields and I won't get counter lethal, but let's see how bad it would be. So blocks 5, and then I have 3 extra, right? So like 3 shield triggers or Holy Awe, but then this is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll still have some extra creatures too. I mean, this is just a really good situation. Oh wow, not blocking? Bold. So we need 4 shield triggers or Holy Awe, right? Because can't attack, blocks 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 extra. That's really bold. So you're just banking on Holy Awe, and then Juliana can trade against 1 extra thing. If it gets Holy Awe in the first 2, then like, yeah, this is better, I guess. It's better than losing Juliana for free, but you're really risking just losing the game immediately. 4 shield triggers is a tall order, and so is having assuming the 1 of or 2 of Holy Awe in the deck. He didn't search at all. There was like no Crystal Memory played, so he doesn't know that he has Awe down. If he does, Terror Pit, it's fine. Be Terror Pitting. Okay. Well, let's attack with another thing that gets over Juliana. I could lose to like Holy Awe, Bronze Arm, Fighter Dual Fang, and 0 shield triggers and 7 shields. That'd be hilarious. Wait, no, that's impossible because my Ice Vapor discards the last card, so he's only going to draw 1. Well, we calculated this. How bad is it for me? 7. I still kind of have lethal. Yikes, though. What the hell? He draws Plague. It's bad news, maybe. Maybe not. I just replay stuff. I have to be wary of it, though. Like, replaying Fighter Dual Fang here is like milling myself another 3. These are not amazing things. So he drew and did not play anything. Okay. Maybe like stream for next turn or something. If he just trades with 5, oh yeah, if he just trades with 5, I don't have lethal. Yikes. Because I have 3 1,000 power creatures, so the trades work out. Everything dies except for like Juliana and one of the 2s, I think. And Fortress Shell. I don't love hitting Holy Awe there. Even trade? Okay. That didn't need to happen. right? Favorable there. Favorable, yeah, even. Like, he has one favorable, but he had, like, another one. Because it's not like he needs the 2,000 power to trade evenly here. I think he can't kill all my attackers, basically, so I think the attacks are bad. Wait, what? Yeah, see, this is the problem. The problem, because I can't target Juliana. I mean, he's got to trade. There's, like, there's no other play. I mean, he's got to trade with these, probably, but it's like, just in case I draw another... Well, he doesn't know I have 2 Fighter Duel Fangs, but still, though. Can't trade with Juliana. This is going to get blocked. I'm on a double break. He's going to have something left over. Well, now, since these are alive, I could draw another Fighter Duel Fang and maybe win. That's nice. But, like, he's probably smart to not play around that. And keeping these alive means he could mill me with soul swaps. But, like, the pit's a problem. Pit means I go in, he loses Juliana and 2 shields, but then I lose both of these to the dudes, and I lose this to Pit. And that is, maybe fine if I can play another creature this turn. Because he won't have mana to do anything really besides Pit. If he gets lucky and draws Belix, then oh well. But I need to probably... I don't know. This is rough. Wait, he's actually deciding whether he attacks here. If it was a Belix and I had a hand, then, like, maybe you have to rely on a shield trigger. But it can't be targeted, so, like, I have to draw... Wait, I do have the 1 Holy On, so I could draw that and win. But, if he attacks, he is banking on another shield trigger, which he can't know, because he never searched his deck this game. Okay, he makes the play I would have made. Oh, I draw really well. So I discard Pit and I attack. Does he ever just take it and pray? I wonder. If I discard and I attack Shell, I, like, set up lethal next turn, because, like, he can block Juliana, then I still have 3. But if I go in now, if I were him, I would be safe and block. And then I can just probably pass at that point and have super lethal next turn. I don't think he's just going to take it and pray. Worst case for me is if he takes it and then does hit shield triggers. But, like, he's hit 2 shield triggers and he's got to, like, try to stay alive, I think. That's what I would do, is probably stay alive if I were him. Because if these are not shield triggers and he doesn't block, he's dead. If he blocks and thinks I'm going to keep attacking, then he's in an okay spot. Okay, he blocks. But we are not going to give it to him. We're not going to give him what he wants. We're going to pass. That is how this play is good. If we got blocked and then we broke 2, we are giving him a lot of options to get rid of the board. Wait, unselect those shields, please. What are you doing? Okay, thank you. So yeah, he draws a dead card and passes, and we're fine. Okay, that was a grind. GG, game 1. 40 minutes. Okay. I like this. on the draw, but have the Attrition King Ice Vapor Shadow of Anguish on turn 4 this time guaranteed. Love to see it. Maybe I keep Plague. Probably put it in mana though. Depends on what I draw. If I draw like Terra Pit, then we can just mana this, and the black card, the Swamp. Then we Bronze Arm, turn 4 Vapor, do something else. Turn 6 Plague with maybe 2 or 3 things. Maybe start attacking, maybe not. Surfer's a problem. So many options. So many ways the game could go. I'm gonna stretch. Okay. He said he had 2 minutes. 2-minute break in the chat, so we're just waiting. Maybe I'll edit this part out. If you're seeing this, I didn't. All right, and we're off to the races for another 30+ minute game. Yeah, I think Plague Down is probably the principal thing to do here. You could make the argument to wait one more turn, because I'm not really going to Quixotic aggro. I don't think that's necessarily the winning line. Like, next turn, if I'm not playing anything, I can just wait for another mono dark mana. Maybe play that. Okay. Surfer down. And since I know I'm not playing Quixotic, because I don't want to aggro, especially on the draw, I don't think it works consistently enough. If I didn't have Ice Vapor or Plague, then like sometimes I do go Quixotic 3 and attack if their board is clear, but especially with all the shield triggers we know he's playing, it's like not how I want to play. Unless I'm forced. So, yeah, skip my 2, which means I'm comfortable playing this in mana turn 2. Just as good as turn 1 if I don't care about it, I'll play on turn 2. But if I draw like Terror Pit or Locomotiver, then I just put that down and go Bronze Arm Ice Vapor and keep the Plague. This Plague could be great. Could be great. There's only 2. And Fighter Dual Fang milling Plague and Aqua Sniper last game was rough. And I think we almost saw it come back to really bite me, because like Sniper or Plague bouncing Fortress Shell and one of the other random creatures on his board like Hulkus would have really killed his ability to trade with the board effectively after that Holy Awe. So that's why I want to play one of those cards before I start attacking if we're both like fighting for the board like that. Small question of whether like a second Bronze Arm is better than Quixotic, but I'm pretty sure second Bronze Arm is in fact better than Quixotic. But yeah, I think I have to put this down now to consistently play this on turn 4. I don't want to take too many chances with not being able to play Ice Vapor, then having it discarded before it can be effective. Well, that's a card I wouldn't have put in mana, so this kind of works out. Quixotic down, Bronze Arm. If you're watching this 47 minutes in, and you are curious and didn't see the deck profile, but I mean, if you're 47 minutes into this, you probably saw me talk about the deck in the beginning of round 1. But if you're curious, Quixotic is mostly just anti-aggro stuff. Sometimes I get aggressive if it's like my opponent's a control deck and they bricked real hard, but usually it's not really the thing. This ramp is really important this game because if he played Sky Sword here, he could Lost Soul next turn, and I would only be on 4 mana and unable to play Ice Vapor first, and then I would probably lose to like an insurmountable wall of card advantage. And we do, in fact, see the Sky Sword, which is making me nervous. Yeah, I think ramping and Lost Souling next turn is not good if we're losing the ramp race, because then we wind up with like a Bronze Arm instead of an Ice Vapor if he has Soul, and it's just all bad. The potential to Lost Soul first is significantly diminished. But I will keep Lost Soul in case we get there. I'm not gonna mana it, but I'm also not gonna bank on it. I think we can get rid of the second Bronze Arm here. If we don't get hit by Lost Soul, well, if we get hit with Plague, do we want Bronze Arm? Maybe Lost Soul is not super needed. Is he ever like plaguing me and attacking next turn? I don't know how much this mana decision matters. Bronze Arm is also bait too. What if I got rid of Lost Soul? He has to deal with Ice Vapor, and then, well, first of all, he's gonna Lost Soul me, so like I don't I don't think this is really gonna matter too much in the long run. But since he has to deal with Ice Vapor first and then find a way to get cards, and I'm not breaking anytime soon, and we're not ramping to it, Lost Soul values decreased since we have the Ice Vapors. If we had no Ice Vapors, then yeah, I'm keeping Lost Soul every time, but that's a different timeline entirely. Yeah, mana and 7-drop spell, similar to last game, would completely remove Weezing's hand and my hand. And then we're just top decking, and I have an Ice Vapor, and he has a bunch of spells. So maybe favoring me. Wow. It's like the same line every time. And like this is, I guess, maybe something that'll make Lost Soul feel like I should have kept it. Wow, I have no light mana. Who knew? I'm just putting this down and playing another Vapor. It's still a cute play, and like he has so many shield triggers, he's just gonna let me build a wide board. Well, not like let me. He'd rather I not build a wide board, but since there's like no real, it's a lot of mana to tap for Sky Sword. That's fine. There's no real way to stop me building a wide board, so he's just gonna hope that he can crack back after a bunch of shield triggers. Cards in hand. I'm gonna Hulkus first. The only thing I'd play over this is another Hulkus, though. I can always swap into it, and I think I probably will. So we can Mana Fortress, though. Surfer again. On Sky Sword again. I don't hate it. Now Lost Soul would be good, so, yeah. Bronze Arm swap into Bloom. And, wish at that point that I had, Lost Soul instead. Two Surfers gone means, like, Bloom is pretty solid. I might start breaking two at a time next turn. It stays. Yeah, I think I'm swapping out a Bronze Arm instead of Hulkus. I think I can keep the 2k power creature just in case, and I have enough bait with two other Bronze Arms on board ready for Fighter. Yeah, like, this is where a card like Plague would be good, too. Like, we're giving him Surfer back, and he'll still have 6 mana, but, like, that's his whole play next turn. And it removes two things that can deal with, crackbacking on creatures. Cracking back? Did I say crackbacking? Either way. Removes two things that deal with, my things. But yeah, Bloom could be really good. Bloom could be good. We're either giving him cards that are, like, vanilla creatures, like Hulkus, Bronze Arm, Fortress, or we're giving him spells that he can't play on his turn, but I can play him on my turn if they're shield trigger. And the only other option besides that is Surfer, which hurts, but there are two right there. Here's a Sky Sword. Puts down a Sky Sword. Is 9 mana. And 8 shields. Thing 3, yeah, that's okay. That's a lot of mana, dude. Ah. There's a single really bad threat, and it's Fighter Dual Fang into lethal next turn. And we can mitigate that by surfering back one of our opponent's Bronze Arm tribes. Beyond that, obviously, Hulkus is a stronger play. Like, just because it gets me deeper. It's not always much stronger. It's much stronger if I draw another card to play alongside of it. Jeez. I think I am breaking 2. I mean, I would love to hit a shield trigger spell that I can use. That would be very cool. A soul swap to recycle Sky Sword on my side would prevent the Fighter Dual Fang cheese. I mean, it's really just the Fighter Dual Fang. Oh, well, it's also Surfer Shield Trigger. Okay. So I should probably Surfer. I think this is the safe way to do it. Can't flip it myself. Eureka Charger and Hulkus, okay. So Eureka Charger, Hulkus, Bronze Arm, 2 blank cards. We don't really have any other info. No other attacks, obviously. I'm just thinking before I pass. Potential lethal next turn without 2 shield triggers or Holy Awe. And really, something I didn't fully consider was by breaking 2, like cards like Hulkus and the Bronze Arm, like he's going to play up to 6 cards on board, and I'm probably going to be forced to go for lethal, which is like a little yikes, but maybe we're forcing him to take a more defensive line, which means a lot of discards and mana burn and like not a lot of threat. Like anything involving like a Terror Pit this turn, I'm fine with. It'll like destroy his hand and be really solid. Holy Awe could be weirdly pretty strong because these all take favorables on these, and then this trades with a Bronze Arm. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and he still has 3 creatures, so like I'm pretty sad about that. And he'll play like Hulkus alongside of it, discard, but he'll still have 3 cards in hand, 3 cards in hand, a bunch of mana. Yeah, Hulkus Holy Awe is probably his strongest play. I probably worried too much there. I mean, there's only 2 surfers left, like I said, right, for him. I could have played Hulkus. Depending on what the top of the deck was, it could have been better. We'll see. Ooh, the countdown is starting, everybody. I don't know if I have edited this at all for you all. Probably not. But in a minute and 20 seconds, it'll be an hour that I've been recording this. What was he about to tap? 11? 11? Fortress Shell Belix. 1. 1 is a lot different from 11. Here comes that Aqua Guard. Aqua Guard would be annoying here. Like the most efficient way to just eat a whole Blue Mercus attack. Zepamedius. In case you're up against the Liquid Person Petrova deck. Even though you already have 3 Liquid people on board. I'm going to take Zepamedius and Mana Burn. Someone's going to play Deadly Fighter on me and I'm going to ruin their day. It's real bad. Please don't play Zepamedius and Mana Burn. But maybe. Never say never. Hulkus, Eureka Charger, Bronze Arm. Bronze Arm and 4 cards? I don't know. How scary is that? I need to remember I also have shield triggers. That would have made the Hulkus play much better. This was just probably wrong. Okay. Discarding Soul Swap and Logic Cube. We love to see it. It's gotta be this, but I'm gonna make him. Then he attacks. That would be shocking. Felix would have been a great draw. Felix Plague. Felix and Mana is a little worse because I can soul swap into it for the Plague. But then I'm losing an attacker. But maybe my next draw will be even juicier. Like a Plague. Or an Aqua Sniper. Or, I don't know, I guess Fighter Duel Fang's fine. My discard pile. Is that a soul swap? I forgot. Yeah. God, my playlist got to some weird stuff. Or the shuffle. Actually, that's kind of relaxing. Sure. Okay. Taking me off of water mana. Strong. I weirdly think the odds of him having 2 shield triggers are pretty high. We've seen several soul swaps. Let's look at the discard. Let's be smart about it. We've seen 2 pits, 2 gates, 3 swap. So there's 2 pits, 2 gates, 1 swap. That's 5. That's at least 1 Holy Awe, so 6. And then probably 2 servers if there is indeed 4, which I think there is. So 8 shield triggers total. Locomotive over here I don't really care about. Well, I mean, I do, but the most important thing is which one stopped me from killing him. 8 shield triggers, 22 cards in deck. Eight out of 30. It's a little better than 1 every 6, but it's not 2 out of every 6. Like, we're still more than likely okay. There's like no good soul swap if I'm attacking. There's nothing to do with that at all. If I'm not attacking and I loco and I pass, there's like soul swap Hulkus for Hulkus, draw a card. They're like 3 cost, draw a card. Locomotiver card, pass. He doesn't kill me almost ever here unless he fighter dual fangs and gets like ridiculously lucky. I start to get a lot worse from something like Holy Awe from hand. Yeah. No water mana means my draws aren't even that good. Oh, I could. Okay. Okay. I think it's soul swap out a water card for the other loco and then pass. And then he has to have 3 shield triggers of the Holy Awe. And it's not that mana. Then maybe I like draw a plague or something and it's even better. What the hell am I tapping? And obviously, like, tapping Loco's better here. But I have enough mana to do it this way, too. Cards Cranium Clamp. Okay, that was a dead card. Maybe the other one's good. Got anything juicy? Bronze Arm? Oh my god, they were duds. And we pass, and he draws a dead card, we hope. Something like the ones he already had in hand, and then we try to go for lethal, and he needs 3 shield triggers. And I think 3 is a lot safer than 2. That's a big difference here. And just given how many cards are not very good for him here, I think this is okay. And it gives me water mana, so like Plague number 2 is a good draw. Or like any water creature I could draw is playable off the top to continue the assault. Surfer is good because it removes something that cracks back. All these things are decent. Oh, we're supposed to attack with Ice Vapor first. What was I doing last game? Like, when they get cracked back on even. Unless we plan to stop if we see, like, 1 shield trigger, then we attack with Ice Vapor first, right? I was like, we want him to have to use defensive shield triggers on the cards that haven't already attacked, because they can still kill him. And in that case, if Ice Vapor's untapped, it's just, like, ideally the thing he wants to be hitting. And if we do attack with Vapors first, he has to use shield triggers on other things. He burns his cards from hand, he burns cards and mana. And then on the following turn, any spell he plays before he trades into things, Ice Vapor's effect is still present. So I don't know what the hell I was doing last game if I did that wrong, which honestly I can't remember because it was 30 minutes ago. But I think I did that wrong. And I don't necessarily think it mattered because all we hit was Holy Awe. Or maybe, actually, he played Terrapin on one first. But that didn't matter because I didn't attack with everything. So, like, yeah, I attacked with Fighter Dual Fang first, which was right, I think, because we wanted it to be, might have been blocked first. Yeah. When there's a blocker, it changes it a little different. Changes it a little bit, I mean. Foul swap, Sky Sword, burn your hand, burn your mana, 1 more shield, back to last turn where he needs 2 shield triggers. Never soul swap Fortress Shell, that's just like really greedy, I think. Either a Sky Sword or like a Surfer or something. This is like worse though for me than if I had gone in last turn by a tiny bit. He still needs 2 shield triggers, but now there's 1 more shield. So the odds of that get marginally higher. But in some cases, I draw any creature. Or like he can't, yeah, I draw like 1 creature, maybe he gets enough shield triggers to barely stay alive. And then in playing them, he loses all of his mana. Can't do anything to whatever I played untapped. That could be funny. Man, even editing music to the background of this video is going to take a lot of time. I need to get a snack and go to the gym and go shopping and paint the second coat of the office. I have stuff to do. Sunday. Gotta work tomorrow. It's Sky Sword. Wait, really? This is so greedy. Yeah, I'm like 16 cards in deck, right? I can never be milled here. Oh, of course. Wait, I didn't have the mana to play it anyway. It's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, well, every time I want to play Sniper, I mill it in the mana, but I didn't actually have the mana to play it. Oh, that's a perfect draw. Incredible. I mean, if I... That's completely useless. If this was milled, and then I drew Sniper... So yeah, I am very mad that got milled, because I was gonna mill something in the mana. Yeah, Sniper here has just gotta be GG, right? I bounce like the two big boys, and I have so many attackers that are hard to deal with. Well, he didn't give himself another shield. So, or remove one of my creatures, which he also could have done with like a Surfer play. The Sky Sword, I think, is better in every case, but could have done that. And now he needs 3 shield triggers or Holy Awe. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and think, but I think I'm just gonna go for it. Yep. If I could play another creature this turn, Sniper, I would go in. If I could play any other creature, just like a random creature, I would just soul swap number 4. Or is that? Yeah, that's soul swap number 4. Nice. So 1 mana destroyed. Soul swap only deals with 1 creature. Again, I think recycling Sky Sword is the thing to do because it gives you another shot, another card that could be a shield trigger. Why is the soul swap out here in space? Okay, so Sky Sword was destroyed with Ice Vapor's effect. Which is also very strange because it's the multi-civ, thus making it the strongest mana. There's another one, but like just destroy one of the mono nature cards, right? Well, maybe not, I guess, because you can Belix this back later and you can soul swap this out later. So I guess it's already won, but still, I don't know. What are we swapping? You're still dead on board. Ugh. Wait. At least one of the other ones, right? You can just kill this next turn. This is weird for a couple of reasons. You can't mill me, but also, like, this now lets me wait. Because I can't attack with this turn. So I'm like, 2 shield triggers would do it out of the last 5, but then I can pass. Wait, sorry, 3 shield triggers still. Yeah, because it doesn't remove an attacker. So, okay, so I'm still going to go in because he needs 3 more shield triggers, which is, like, not realistic. But I could also just pass here, and, like, what does he do on 6? At best 1-for-1 something, and then it's 7. But I could snipe Holy Awe, but I don't want to snipe Holy Awe. But if I'm going to hit Holy Awe, I should hit it now. Oh my god. Okay. Attacking. Everything but Bronze Arm can attack. Oh my god. If I was gonna hit Holio, I would have liked to break a couple more shields, because now he can remove 7 things, and I have 2 things. And I think outside of this, they're all favorables, because I have so many 1,000 power creatures. This is just terrible. And, like, the Lost Soul didn't even get better. Like, assuming he makes 1 play here, I could have just given him some random cards, and yeah, this is really unfortunate. I mean, I guess he made the strictly best soul swap play if he knew the very next shield was Holy Awe. It is just kind of mind-blowing how dead he left himself if it wasn't a Holy Awe in shields, because he needed 3 shield triggers in 5 shields, which is so unlikely. And again, he did not know that he had a Holy Awe down. There was no search throughout this whole game. The only Logic Cube we saw got discarded by an Ice Vapor effect. Okay, this is a problem. Now there's a foul for the other Holy Awe. Well, and that's not really a problem. I just discard it. It's whatever. I mean, for the same Holy Awe, probably. Or maybe he just got swapped back. I probably have to Lost Soul whatever it is. 12 cards left in my deck. That's good. You might make bad trades. It'd be very hard to mess that up, but like this attacks everything. These attack over everything. Bronze Arm, Bronze Arm, Bronze Arm, Locomotiver, Locomotiver. Easy. That is the best way. Unless... No, it's just the way. Because then these two kill Sky Swords, and I don't have any Evo bait for Fighter Dual Fang. Sky Sword, Bronze Arm, Bronze Arm, Bronze Arm, Loco. Okay. What did he get back? Full swap? So far, so good, but you better prioritize the Bronze Arms. Those better all die if that play is happening, because I don't have any Hedrian evolutions. This is not Hydrus. And he's seen Fighter Dual Fang this match, and not this game, so it's a thing that should be top of mind. That is the only creature that should die. This should not trade with a 2,000 power creature. Should not have hit Locomotiver. Well, no, it's still fine. He can still do it. It's fine. Yeah. That one was fine, because he does still have enough, right? To kill all the bait. Sky sword, bronze arm, bronze arm. But okay. That's actually the best draw on the deck, weirdly. I don't think there's a way to win this. Well, okay, there is, but he has to draw very poorly. And then obviously get no more shield triggers, because we had a turn where he needed either 3 or Holy Awe, and he had the Holy Awe again. Another way to win is if he just like attacks this turn. Should be really funny. Well, maybe not if I just don't have anything in shields. If there's like no juice. How long did we take to decide to be like soul swap and soul swap in a sky sword again? Like, what is the other play? Maybe you'll let me Hulkus again. There's no way. Okay. I'm just gonna replay Hulkus here. Odds are I'm not winning this game, but if I am winning this game, that's the kind of card I'm gonna need to probably play. Oops. Well, I know what the top card is now. Because I hit Control D instead of Control E. Oh god, oh god. Wait, no, I can just foul it back because that's my next card. Can he kill me yet? Actually, no. Next turn, though. Next turn, maybe. Is he thinking about attacking here? On one hand, setting up a 2-turn isn't bad. On the other hand, just set up a 1-turn next turn. You're still probably... I don't know, maybe you do attack here. Maybe you do. If I were him... Yeah, I'd consider it, because he can't, like, reliably mill me. He might just not draw removal. He might just brick. Okay, maybe he attacks a little bit. Like, breaks 3. Or, like, breaks until he sees 1 shield trigger. That'd actually kind of screw me over. We'll see what happens. Ay, ay, ay. Good thinking. It's like, no problem. We're an hour 28 into this currently, may I remind you, 2-game long match. This is a 2-game long match between 2 decks that are not mill. And we arguably haven't even really gotten close to someone decking out. Like, this is not... This is, it's not the... Maybe it's the longest match I've ever played. An hour 30 is a long one, dude. There was, like, a couple minutes before we started playing after I recorded. So, like, maybe we haven't hit a true 90 minutes for the match. And there was, like, that 2-minute break between games, so... But, like, we're gonna hit a full 90 at least for the match. Even if I miraculously win in the next couple turns, which it's like, if I win this game, it's gonna take more than just a couple turns. And if I lose this game, we are going to game 3. Which is horrifying. This is like psychological warfare. These guys no cards in hand. I mean, It's nice. Did I plague this game? I honestly don't remember. They're both discarded. I know the second one got discarded. Did the first one get discarded? No, it was in mana. Oh yeah, this was the game I played it in mana turn 2. And then like I don't know, 7 turns later it got hit with Fortress Shell, I think. Okay. Well, either way. Game is horrible for me. He's favorite here. He put himself like as dead on board as it was possible, which is like, to be fair, he could have just gotten enough shield triggers there, but like had the Holy Awe, things were good. Yeah, besides the Holy Awe, obviously. Well, I mean, like the matchup's also not very good for you because half your deck is spells and I run 4 Ice Vapor. But like, I don't think this situation is horrible for him. This is a lot of creatures. And I'm at, maybe he doesn't know I have 9 cards in deck, but like my clock is ticking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. Oh my goodness, everybody. Well. These are not shield triggers. Like, at what point does he decide to pass and go for the next turn kill? Wait, because he played a Locomotive over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't kill me this turn. If he breaks a shield trigger that deals with the blocker, I can go Bronze Arm, Fighter Dual Fang. Just kidding, because I only have 1 nature mana. I could just go for it anyway and get really lucky. Oh, gosh. He's attacked with all of the things that can't get traded into. Soul Swap. It's a Soul Swap. There's a pop-up. Y'all can't see it. Sorry. Now it's my turn to think. So as mentioned, there is actually a potential lethal here. I can Soul Swap out Sky Sword for the second nature mana, Soul Swap in Aqua Sniper back Belix and one of the attackers. And then I can go for lethal. I do that play anyway, I think, to give myself the chance. And also because then if I want to be defensive, Sniper and Fighter Dual Fang can then trade with 2 things. Like Sniper's huge. It beats up Foul, so. Bouncing Belix, bouncing. How bad is it if I bounce Surfer, the one that's untapped that can attack me? Do I just bounce Locomotiver instead? Probably. Yes, probably that. And we target the Belix, and we target. Wait, we don't need to target. Wait. I mean, he can only break 3. If he attacks with all of them and it's another shield trigger, it improves my odds of lethal like pretty substantially. But then like Right, yeah, if he 2 turns me, the locomotive matters anyway. So we'll just let him keep all the things that can attack this turn. If he breaks more and hits more shield trigger creatures, we are great with that. We are fine with that. Those of you who were here for the last hour and 37 minutes, if I didn't edit this down, which I at this point am committing to not doing, congratulations, you got to see Soul Swap into Aqua Sniper, which I mentioned like 6 rounds ago, was the first thought I had as to why I included this card, and it has finally happened. And we are vindicated and thrilled about it. If he stops attacking this turn, I have, God, what did I give him? Belix and Loco? I have this to trade, Fighter to trade, this to trade, but then he has 4 attackers to my 3 shields. So if he stops attacking now, I can set up a situation where I rely on 1 shield trigger, or I can go for lethal, which would be bad if he has 1 shield trigger. So, yeah. This could obviously change things. That changes things pretty significantly. Although if I had known, then yeah, I would have done it a little differently, I guess. But oh my god. We found the colons, everybody. It's like Holy All, but different. Well, I mean, they don't trade into anything. If I had kept the Loco and bounced something else, and then, well, then the attacks might have been different anyway, but like I would be able to trade a little bit more effectively here. There is Foul Swap to replay this, which deals with these. Then I trade, but these don't trade with anything, so it's very bad, and I'm very dead on board. There is, again, the trading play, which is bad for a couple reasons. He gets to replay Belix, which is annoying next turn. I have no answer. Except for maybe this, which is fine if I get there. And then if I trade, hit. Yeah, it's exactly as bad as the sniper, actually. I'll just have a fighter dual fang on board, so it's better to do this play and trade, but both of them are bad, and the only actual play here is to try to go for lethal. Holy All's gone, so like if I miss, then I'm dead, but I guess let's best practice it out anyway. What am I actually gonna play here? Would be cool to have like some sort of sniper into Lost Soul play, but it's just not gonna happen. Like a Soul Swap, Lost Soul situation. But that'd be dead on board, and I also don't have swap. Yeah. Oh, there's a swap. It wouldn't have been the right play. Okay. I think we've hit the 1, Holy Awe. Please don't have more. I think we did it. I think... Oh, please don't be another Holy Awe. Okay, GG's. I'm gonna go now.